What's going on, guys? Dave here. This is my month 18 and 19 investment portfolio update. I kind of slacked this past September last month just because things have been very busy, but I am coming to you today with a brand new update video on my portfolio talking about the Nvidia gains due to the OpenAI deal and also Bitcoin flirting with 125K. We're at about 124 right now. And I think October is going to be a very strong month for people involved in crypto and hold assets in the stock market or involved in AI. But without further ado, let's just go ahead and get started and see what has happened over the past 2 months. So I'm 1 year down, 9 to go, almost 2 years down once we get to March of 2026. But I'm primarily investing into Bitcoin and Nvidia for basically the better part of the upcoming decade. And I have positions in other things that I've recently opened, but my biggest positions will always be in Bitcoin and Nvidia. This is what has helped my portfolio grow over the past 2 years. And I have a very strong conviction for Bitcoin as a digital store of value and for AI to basically lead the charge, Nvidia to basically lead the charge in AI, the AI space for the upcoming decade. So the new positions that I added, I purchased a share of MicroStrategy last week. I also have a little under a full share of the QQQ, and I also have a little under 2 shares of the VGT Vanguard index. So these are new positions, and I know what you're thinking. Well, Bitcoiner next door, graphics to gold. Dave, you said you're all about Bitcoin and Nvidia. Well, I am. All right. And if you look at strategy, it's basically a leveraged Bitcoin play. All right. I am definitely bullish on Bitcoin and Nvidia, and strategy is a reflection of that, of my crypto play. But I don't think it's a bad idea to have small positions in things like the QQQ or the VGT, because after I do this for a decade, who knows? Maybe I want to start adding more into the QQQ or VOO, VGT, whatever. All right, so these are just minor positions that are added, but don't worry, my 2 main positions will forever be Bitcoin and Nvidia. So my monthly contribution, all right, again, we're combining September and October, $7,871 into Bitcoin, $320 into MSTR. Okay, and I know what you're thinking, Dave, where the hell did you just get $8,000 and put it into your stock and crypto portfolio? Well, there was a little left over from the severance package I got from my previous employer. I put a little over $1,000 into Nvidia in August. I put the rest into Bitcoin, and I also had a little extra of my salary saved and decided to put that into Bitcoin and a little bit of MSTR as well. So am I going to be investing $8,000 per month? No, but I will be looking to invest because, again, severance, so this is kind of pumped up a little bit. But what you'll see over the next coming months is that I'll put between $1,000 and $1,500, maybe a little more per month towards Bitcoin, MSTR, Nvidia, etc. All right. And I did not put any money into Nvidia this month because I put a little over $1,000 into Nvidia shares at the middle of August. All right. So my current portfolio value, this is where we're at right now, guys. And mind you, I just looked at the chart and you'll see it here momentarily. You know, we started with $8,000 back in March of 2024. And here we are now at $62,685. I have 132 shares of Nvidia. at about 24K. Bitcoin 0.28 at 35. MSTR, 1 share valued at 359. QQQ, a little under 1 share at 482. And VGT, a little under 2 shares at 1,412. All right. So from September until October, the portfolio has a 7.48% return. This does not include contributions. I repeat, this does not include contributions. All right. This just includes the principal. So 7.48%. Thank you, Nvidia. Thank you, Bitcoin. It was a little under 4K that I was able to make returns off of. Doesn't really matter, though. It's not like I made 4K. It's the portfolio made an additional 4K that'll continue working for us in the coming years. All right. $62,685 total portfolio value. And let's go to our final slide here. Everyone loves a good graph, don't we? Don't we all love a good graph? Again, top left, you'll see $3,791 in returns. That does not include contributions, all right? I have been investing into Nvidia since July of 2023. And I still remember when those bastards online and those SOBs on CNBC were all sitting there and saying the bulk of Nvidia's returns and gains, market gains, those days are long gone. They said they said we had hit the peak already. All right? And if you did your research a little bit, like I'm sure most of you have, you would have realized that there was such an incredible demand for Nvidia's chips and for the infrastructure that they provide. And you would have also seen the leadership of Jensen Huang and employee morale at that company and how they are hell-bent on becoming and staying at the top of the AI food chain. They're hell-bent on it. Jensen Huang is like what Bill Gates was to Microsoft. He's like what Steve Jobs was to Apple. This is the company right now. All right. I don't think it's Palantir. I sure as hell don't think it's Tesla. All right. Elon Musk is stretched thin or he was at least, with so much shit and in the public eye. Jensen Huang keeps his head down. This man is just like, I want my company to grow. I want us to stay on top. He is a competitor. Okay, so that's why I'm going to keep putting money towards that company. Bitcoin's another thing, a digital store of value, digital gold. All right, they're calling Ethereum digital oil. Well, Bitcoin's digital gold, man. And the returns that we can potentially get off that are going to be way more than some index, way more than buying, a physical asset like silver or gold, whatever. I mean, Bitcoin, it's a genuine appreciation opportunity, all right, for us to make profits here, okay, for us to grow our portfolios. I mean, there's no other way to put it. June of 2024, I had a $7,000 wedding gift, and I purchased $7,000 worth of Bitcoin, Satoshis, whatever, and at that time, one Bitcoin was around 72 to 74K. And I remember thinking, wow, that's pretty high, because it went up to 80 and then it went down. It went down to 59, wherever. And I go, man, this is pretty high. I'm buying at the top. Well, it's at 125 now. Okay. And eventually it's going to hit 200. It's going to hit 300. And within the next 10 to 15 years, you're going to see a $1 million Bitcoin. All right. All these funds and ETFs and BlackRock, Fidelity and these companies are purchasing Bitcoin in large amounts because they know what it's worth. They know what it's going to be worth in the future. All right. So this is basically it, guys. I've been doing this since March of 2024. I started investing in Nvidia a little earlier, but I started documenting all of this in March, April of 2024. All right, and here we are now in October of 2025. All the extra money I've put into this